Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Braun, and today I'm in St. Paul, Minnesota, taking a look at the Toro PowerJet F700 corded blower. I've been in the lawn mowing industry since 2008, and I've used a lot of power equipment as you can imagine, but I've never before seen an electric blower with such a high CFM rating. So for that reason I became interested in the product and I bought it at Home Depot for about $60. And today I'll be demonstrating how the product works as well as giving some of my thoughts on the product. Thanks for tuning in. So after using the product for several hours, here are my impressions of it. First, the good. Foremost, it has power and lots of it. I would honestly say that its power exceeds that of most gas and electric blowers, although keep in mind that that does not include some of the newer commercial backpack blowers that have very high CFM and miles per hour output ratings. Nevertheless, I think this blower is very good at what it's designed to do, and its output will not disappoint most customers. Like most electric blowers, you simply plug it in and you flip a switch to start the motor. Now it should be noted that this is not an infinitely variable speed dial. Instead, if you turn it the minimum amount, it turns the blower on to perhaps 1/3 of full throttle, and then from there it is infinitely adjustable up to maximum speed, for which it has a cruise control lock function. Third, it only weighs just over 6.5 pounds, which is lighter than most all gas blowers and most corded electric blowers. And given its output, it's especially lightweight, I would add. Fourth, it's quite an ergonomic unit. Aside from the forces exerted by the blower running, which I'll address in a minute, it has very good ergonomics. It has a very large top handle on which you could easily place 2 hands. And the stabilizing knob in the front is very helpful in keeping the blower in the position that you desire. Additionally, this Toro product, like others, has a cord management system that allows you to slip the cord through a loop and affix it in position so that when you pull on it, it won't directly unplug the unit from the power source. The bad. Immediately upon starting the unit, you'll notice the force that's exerted in a longitudinal direction by the blower running. Like any blower, and especially electric blowers it seems, this unit is not immune from the gyroscopic forces that exert themselves when an electric motor is running in a particular direction. Now for comparison, I have here a Craftsman blower from the late 1980s. And this unit has acceptable output. However, it is plagued by the fact that the intake is on the right side. And so when the blower is running, and particularly at high speed, it exerts substantial lateral force to the right. And so the operator must constantly restrain it in the desired position. Otherwise the blower will move itself to the right severely. Regarding this blower, that force is longitudinal, meaning front to back. And I would estimate that it takes about 10 pounds of force from the operator to maintain the blower in the desired position. If one were to let go, the blower would move backward very rapidly. Second, the nozzle on this blower is a bit shorter than it probably should be. Though the engineers at Toro may have thought that because its output is so high, it doesn't need a long nozzle, I feel that it still does, because when the debris gets thick, the operator otherwise has to bend over slightly in order to get underneath the debris to keep moving it forward. I'm sure that for most tasks, it's not a problem, but when it comes to more substantial cleanup, it would be nice to have a slightly longer nozzle. So that's the good and the bad. And there are just a couple more things I want to add about this unit. First is its build quality. Toro is intentional about marketing this unit toward homeowners, but it's important to reiterate that this unit is not intended for commercial use. I don't think its build quality or its performance are suitable for commercial use. As far as its performance, I do believe that it puts up competition against gas-powered units. However, if you're a professional, I don't think this unit is going to suffice. And second, like any corded blower, and like any corded blower buyer should be aware, it is somewhat of a pain to manage an extension cord. And although this blower does have that cord management system, it still requires some effort to drag a cord around the area in which you're trying to clear. Not to mention that you're limited by an extension cord. And finally, a word of caution on using this product. Its motor is rated at 12 amps. It even says it right on the unit. And some extension cords, especially 16 gauge extension cords, which you may have at home, they're not rated for the number of amps that this blower requires. And it's important to consider that, because I've heard from one Toro representative that if this blower does not receive enough amps, the motor can be damaged or overheat. So do keep that in mind when you're using this product. So in sum, this blower is an excellent product, considering what it's designed to be. If you're realistic in your expectations and assume that this blower will not replace your commercial backpack blower, but will replace your subpar handheld gas or subpar electric blower, you will not be disappointed by this blower's performance. I hope you found this review helpful. Feel free to leave questions and comments below, and go ahead and like and subscribe if you're so inclined. And again, thank you for watching.